Hey guys, it's Pure Venom here, giving you the Nexus 6 review. Sorry for it being late and everything. OBS was not being very kind to me, so I had to troubleshoot and figure out exactly what was going on with it. So this is going to be running, my Nexus 6 will be running the latest build for Android. It's going to be the MRA 58R. Also, it's Android 6.0. It does, of course, you do get the hidden features and things like that. And then also you do get the Flappy Birds for Android. Big thing is that they do have the better security patching now, and this is because Google and a lot of the other OEMs are dealing with security issues. So all the Nexus devices that are on 5.1, I believe, and 6.0 will also be getting these security patch levels. And this is just so they have better encryption and better protection on the phones themselves. After that, you do get into the Google accounts. So you can actually delegate out what app gets to see what type of user account. So if you have multiple email addresses, so like let's say you have 3 Google accounts, one is your main Google account and the other 2 are subsidiaries of the main Google account. You can go in there and tell it what you want it to do and things along those lines, where you want it to back up, what account, so on and so forth. It's actually pretty cool. Do I use it? Not so much, because I have one account on the phone. Also, after that, you do get into the memory options. So Android 6.0 has done a better job with memory management. There's not as many leaks. As we all know, in Lollipop 5.0 or 5.01, there was a dozen memory leaks in there and pretty much made the phones impossible to use. And that's going to be one of the big things that actually go on with the new Android experience. So it makes it more of a cleaner experience, faster experience, and makes life extremely easy and simple. As you can tell, in the past 3 hours, I average about 1.7 gigs, and that's because I play a lot of games and watch YouTube videos on my phone. It's so big, why not, right? Also, you do get the availability and how much memory is in the phone. So the Nexus 6s all have 3 gigs of memory. Typically, I get about 1.5 to 1.2 gigs available on average, depending on what we're doing and things along those lines. After all that, you do get into the battery options. So there's this really cool thing that actually Android is implemented in. It's called DOS. And what DOS is that it makes the Android operating system suspended, or I should say lower power consumption when not in use. When it feels that it's in a pocket or anything along those lines, or just sitting on a table, it actually will downgrade its resource values, so it doesn't need as much to pull. It's kind of nice. From what I've seen on the battery life on my Nexus, I can do a whole day of battery now. Used to be, wake up at 7, charging by about 6, 7 o'clock, and then having enough battery life to finish off. The turbocharger works great on this. I mean, it charges my battery within 45 minutes to an hour. So it's kind of nice. It's a 3,000 milliamp battery. Yeah, 3,000 milliamp or 3,300 milliamp battery, one of those two. But as you can tell, there's still a big issue within the Nexus 6. It is its screen. The screen is probably the most power consumption phone that you can possibly get. It is using an AMOLED display. This is a Samsung display. It's the same display that they use on the Moto X. The big thing is that with this phone, since it's bigger and a higher resolution, it decides to suck more battery. One of the big things is that for this video, I'm having the actual lighting all the way up. That's so you guys can see exactly what's going on and things like that. Typically what I do is, leave it right around the middle, if not extremely low. But that's one of the big things I can tell you guys out of the box when it comes to the battery life. If you are looking at getting this phone, it's a really good phone. I enjoy it. I use it a lot, typically consuming media, texting, and also, of course, making phone calls. That's what cell phones are there for, right? Phone calls. But one of the other fun features in Android 6.0, you do get app permissions. So it's kind of nice. You can go in there and tell, oh, I don't want contact information to do this, or I don't want my body sensors to do this, this, and this. For some odd reason, don't ask me why it's loading. So let's say I don't want BlackBerry to see what my calendar is. I don't have to have that. Or if I want to enable it, I can. It's one of the new features that you do get in Android 6.0, and it's only in 6.0. So if you haven't got the upgrade yet or anything like that, and if you are a Nexus 6 user on Verizon, that is what my carry is, I recommend going to Android's website and getting the actual image for the file for Shumi. That's going to be for this guy here. It works with any Nexus phone on Google Fi, T-Mobile, AT&T, Verizon, and then any other carriers that you prefer to use. Also, you do get the battery optimizer. All you got to do is hit all apps, and it's optimizing battery usage. So that's one of the nice things. You do have to sit on this page for a minute or two because it does take some time for the batteries to optimize and things like that. But besides all of that, it works extremely smoothly. And also, of course, you can go in there and still see all your cellular networks and things along those lines. You know, I changed mine to automatic. And then also preferred network. Typically, I sit around in the LTE and CDMA world. But you can, on the Verizon variant, you can put other SIM cards in it, and they work extremely well. Like if we found one AT&T card at work, and we threw it in my phone so we can call the person that lost their AT&T SIM card. Also, within the launcher, you do get to see all the fun new things. The top bar here is for the most recent apps or most frequent apps. So they're making your life a little bit easier to get to and things along those lines. But besides all that, instead of it being, scroll to the left or right, it is now just a simple scroll up and down. Also, I did tell you guys I will be doing my Blue Yeti microphone review, and that will be coming shortly. One of the nice features that Android does have is going to be their on tap application. So let's say, whatever I have on my page, it's going to say I want Blue Yeti microphone review. So I can go through, I can go to Engadget, and I can actually see what the reviews are going to be for this phone, microphone. Don't mind the vibration. That's just Vessel kicking in, probably Linus or somebody put up a new video. But I'm able to take a look and see, and it scrolls extremely well, especially with the new web interface that they have had. But this is going to be my basic review on the Nexus 6 with Android 6.0. I do extremely like it. It's definitely one of the nicer builds. Yeah, it's actually one of the other guys that I do enjoy playing with the build. It's definitely a much more smoother, fluider interface, especially when we're browsing the web and things like that. So if I go to like EVGA, because their site is never optimized for mobile at all, you can scroll up in there and you can take a look and see what they have. Like I can go to their product pages and I can go to Titan series and things like that. And it actually flies through a lot of its projects and things like that. So I can go to actually the card that I have, the Titan SoC, pull it up. You can see who's selling it. That's actually new. I just added that in recently. I was just on the website last night. But that's one of the fun features that I can tell you out of the box. It works extremely well. I hope you guys like the video and everything. Please like, subscribe, and also definitely hit that like button. Have a great one, guys. Enjoy the rest of the videos.